Hello everybody, it is Michael here from My Retirement Trading. And this week on my weekly recap, the Coffee and Dividend show, I received a total amount of distributions of $995. But before I get into this and break everything down and tell you what else happened this week, I must state that none of this is financial advice or a recommendation, and it is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into it. Well, I did receive $995 this week worth of distributions. They were all weekly payers except for the TDAQ by the TAP Alpha. That's a monthly payer. But anyway, so I was a little disappointed, truthfully. I was hoping to break over 1,000. But the market's really just been taking a beating lately. And I'm filming this on Friday morning before the market opens for the week ending 11/21/2025 because I already had all my distributions and I decided to go ahead and make this video. So hopefully the market will rebound today instead of being a red day, but who knows. But anyway, let's get into the breakdown. Well, let's get right into these spreadsheets and let's take a look at everything. This TDAQ by TAP Alpha, I received a payment of $299.31, and my cost basis on that was $20,369.80. Then we come over here to W Pay by Roundhill. I received $166.02, and my cost basis on the W Pay was $21,657.31. And this payment was quite a bit lower than the last one, I guess because the market's been bleeding off so bad. And then YMAX by YieldMax, I received $26.38. And my cost basis on that amount is $2,271.76. YMAG by YieldMax, I received $2.52 on a cost basis of $393.35. And the next one is HOII by RecShares. This one's based on Robinhood, and this was my first payment, $18.35. And I don't believe I've figured up the cost basis on that yet. Same thing with the Palantir, PLTI one. Haven't figured that one up either, but it's $17.83. And then the next one is NVII by RecShares, and it's based on NVIDIA. And I received $79.77, and I got a cost basis of $6,809.73. And the next one is TSII. And this one's based on Tesla by RecShares, and I received $116.28 on $5,755 cost basis. And the last one, this is the twice weekly pair by Defiance ETFs. It's QLDY. I received $19.48 in one payment and $18.85 in the other payment. And I got a cost basis on this of $4,972.30 for a grand total in my cash account of $764.79. So 764.79. And then we'll go over here to the crypto tracker, the covered call ETFs that are based on crypto. The first one is YETH by Roundhill. It's Ethereum based, and I received $39.28. And my cost basis on this is $3,200.48. The next one is YBTC by Roundhill. This one's based on Bitcoin, and I received $151.03. And my cost basis on this one is $20,103.88. The next one is BLOX by Nicholas. I received $31.66, and I've got $5,229 in this one. And the last one is BITK by Tuttle, and I received $8.24. And I got a cost basis on this one of $941.15. So let's take a look at this. Exactly $995 worth of distributions this week, or dividends. So it's definitely a little bit lower than I expected, but it seems like the market's just really been taking a beating lately. Like the S&P 500, I mean, in the last 5 days, it's definitely been coming down. Hopefully this rebounds soon. Same thing with the Nasdaq. It's been coming down. And even like in a 1 month, it's definitely been coming down. Same thing with the S&P in a 1 month. And Bitcoin, it's been taking a real beating. I mean, this in 5 days, it went from 94,642. Well, let's see, 94,194.30 down to this 83,103.20. And like at one time, it was in the last month it was $114,960.80, and now it's down this far. So it's taken definitely a beating, and I believe that's what's really affecting my lower payments, because I do have a lot of Bitcoin covered call ETFs. So that's one thing. And if we go over here to Snowball Analytics, been over here, and my portfolio, this is my cash account, it's taken a massive hit of $19,931.40 fast, and go over here to the analytics, to the dividends, and that number is lower than it was last time when I made this video, because the amount's dropping. And so no matter what your yield is, if you put it on a lower amount, it's going to, and all else being equal, this is going to be a lower amount of dividends. So a little bit rough, but I do love using the Snowball Analytics. It's a good tracker, and I've really been enjoying it. And I will have a link in the description if anybody's interested in it. But it keeps up with everything real nice. But it's definitely been coming down lately. And so this week, I decided to do, I've been kind of watching this KQQQ by Curve. It's their Curve Technology Titans Select ETF, KQQQ. And I bought a little bit last week, and I've been kind of like tracking this a little bit, and I decided that to sell a little bit of my S&P 500 and to get into this Curve Technologies Titan Select ETF KQQQ. And right now, it says like their top 10 holdings. They looks like they have some treasury bills, but they're at Google, Amazon, Apple, Broadcom, Meta, Nvidia, Netflix, Tesla. And I compared this to different funds in my portfolio. Like I'll compare it right now. We'll compare it to like the Vanguard VOO, which I sold a little bit for, and we'll even compare it to the triple Qs. So in the last month, uh, everything's been down, and right now it's performing a little bit less than the S&P 500 as of November 20th in a 1 month. But if you open it up to like say a 6 month, the KQQQ has actually outperformed the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 by quite a bit, like 20.85% versus 15.18% for the triple Qs and 12.07% for the Vanguard VOO, which is the S&P 500 ETF index fund that they have. And then like in a year to date, the triple Qs have kind of gotten ahead of it. But I thought this would be a good investment for my portfolio because I'm looking for more income. And then I bought, let's go to the 1 year real quick. In a 1 year, the KQQQ has been outperforming the everything still, just by a little bit on the Qs. It's like 17.62% for KQQQ, 16.96% for the triple Qs, and 11.95% for Vanguard VOO. So that's why I added it to my portfolio, because it's a monthly payer. And let me see if it shows the distribution on here. This shows that it's a monthly payer. Well, it shows a dividend yield of 10.15%. So I thought that's actually pretty good. I'd have to actually look at their website for a little bit more detailed data, but on this it says 10.15%. I actually kind of think it's more than that. Let me go to their website. Let's see. Let's go to the KQQ fund page. Well, their most recent distribution was 17.7% distribution rate. And so that's the reason why I added it to my portfolio. But anyway, that's one thing I did. And then I took the rest of the money that I sold from that Vanguard VOO, and I bought some more TDAQ by Tap Alpha. Let me go back to that. So that's the Tap Alpha Innovation 100 Growth and Daily Income ETF. And their last dividend, it shows here to be 38 cents. And it has been paying about 17% distribution rate, somewhere in that ballpark. But it's like everything else. It's been taking a little bit of a beating lately. But I decided to add some of that to my portfolio for some more income. So I thought I would share that with everybody. And then, like, if you want to see my complete portfolio, go to blossomsocial.com and look up Michael Brownstein. And some exciting news. I did get over 1,000 followers this past week. But you can see my entire portfolio on there. And there'll be a link in the description for that if anybody's interested. And I really enjoy this website. I post a lot of stuff on here. I try to post every day, but like one of my recent posts, this is the one I was just talking about. I sold some VOO and added TDAQ and KQQ. I sold 50 shares of VOO at 610.87, and I added 500 shares of TDAQ at 25.66, and 600 shares of KQQQ at 28.82. And then I added 15 more shares of KQQQ at 28.76. This is a great community. If you want to interact with other investors and stuff, definitely check it out. And I'll have a link in the description for that. So, like I said, it's been kind of a crazy week, and I fell below $1,000. I was hoping to hit $1,000 plus this week, but the market's been kind of rough, like I said. And back to this stock analysis, like I said, I added the TDAQ and the KQQQ. Like I said, this is a great website for doing comparisons and everything. I do it all the time. Let's compare the TDAQ versus the KQQ. Well, TDAQ hasn't been out that long, but let's compare it from where it's been at. And actually, looks like the KQQQ has outperformed TDAQ as of recently, but I've really been enjoying the TDAQ by Tap Alpha, so I don't mind holding both of them in my portfolio, and hopefully this market will pick back up sooner than later. So I'm going to come back in a few minutes with a conclusion. Well, I did receive $995 worth of distributions this week. And it's been a rough few weeks for me, especially because I hold a lot of these Bitcoin covered call ETFs. And my portfolio has been getting demolished a little bit at this time, but hopefully it'll come back sooner than later. But I do receive payments, so hopefully that'll counteract some of it. And I sold some of my Vanguard VOO, about 50 shares of it, and I bought 500 of TDAQ by Tap Alpha and a little over 600 by Curve KQQQ. And I'm excited to add these to my portfolio to get some more income coming into it. So that's something I did this week. And I've got a video that I filmed that's coming out Sunday. It's part of my Transparent Trader Confidential series. And I'm really excited about this one, and I cannot wait to share it with everybody. I interviewed Ari Gutman, and it was a fantastic interview. And I was actually really blown away by the interview. And like I said, I can't wait for y'all to see it. But hopefully that this market goes up today on Friday, November 11, 2025. And hopefully it'll start going back up. But right now, it's definitely been a mess lately. And if it goes down a little bit more, I've got a little bit of dry powder left that I will probably buy some more index-based covered call ETFs if it does drop some more. But as always, none of this is financial advice or a recommendation. And I've also got some affiliate links in the description, one for Snowball Analytics. I've really been enjoying this to track all my dividends and distributions. And the other one is for stockanalysis.com. I use it in all my videos. And I've actually got a discount code in the description if anybody's interested in that. And also, if anybody's interested in Blossom, definitely check it out. You can check it out for free. But if you want to sign up for the Pro, I got a code in there that it helps the channel out. So anyway, also, if you have any comments or suggestions, please drop them below. I'd love to hear from you and how your week has been going. And if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe to the channel. And on that note, until next time, I will catch you all later.